let's talk about let's talk about Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez and who the best at 140 pounds. You had a hangnail, shit irritating. But let's talk about who the best at 140 pounds. And that only can be determined in the ring. And I seen Ring IQ post on Twitter like T.O. had a good performance, then bad performance, then good performance, then bad. Nah. The performances that he having is just not the sequence. It's the type of fighter that he fighting. When he has guys that can go toward, they come to him and they pressure him, he does better against those guys. When he dealing with boxers and he has to be the aggressor or he has to box the boxer, we seen it in the Nakatani fight. We seen it in the Sandor Martin fight. We seen it with Jermaine Ortiz. He can't box. Can't outbox a boxer, a good boxer, a great boxer, and he can't like even walk down or pressure a great boxer. He can't even become a pressure fighter because he ain't really great on the inside like that. I mean, he don't even know how to cut the ring off for one, to get on the inside, And you look at Canelo Alvarez, he still don't know how to cut the fucking ring off at this point, And that's what, unless he allowed Jermell Charlo to go 12 rounds. But that's what he struggled with. He struggled with boxers. And and you see the great guys like Mike Tyson and Julio Cesar Chavez, they weave in, but it's just not about the movement. And anytime you fight a boxer and you looking for one or two big shots, you lost. He did that versus Cambosos. He did that versus Jermaine Ortiz. That ain't how you do it. He looking for one big shot, trying to knock a motherfucker out. No, it's there's a process into doing that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of great pressure fighters, they don't, they take their time and then they step it up to an amazing pace and usually try to get the knockout. And, and if he gonna do it, he gonna be the guy to come forward. You can't jump off your feet. You can't throw one big shot, whiff, and then you can't throw a shot, drop your backhand, leave your chin up in the air. You can't do those things. There's a process to that. Instead of leading off with one big shot where Ortiz can see it, how about work the jab up and down, work it to the stomach, work it to the solar plex, work it to the head, and you either can act like you going to the body with the jab, and then come over the top, then rip a hook. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do that. You know what I'm saying? You set that off that jab. Or you think a jab coming to the body, bring the jab up top. You confuse him. So if he don't know what's coming, if a jab coming, a whole variant right coming, if it's a left hook to the body to stop the movement, you keep him guessing. You know what I'm saying? And when you keep him guessing, he don't know if to move left and right. So when you got both hands working, you got the lead hand working, you got the back hand working. He couldn't even get a right hand off versus southpaw. You stop that movement. The best way to stop the movement, a jab and body work. Just keep going to the body. Hit the hip. Rip them body shots. Utilize that jab up and down and up and down. And before, you can feint the jab, he bite on it, then you come over the top, then you rip the left hand, then you put your punches together. And that's why he gonna lose versus Devin Haney. That's exactly why he gonna lose versus Devin Haney. He can't box with him. He gotta just catch Devin. And I ain't saying that's out of possibility, but if he gonna stop Devin, or catch Devin and then, potentially stop him, the game plan has gotta be, we can't look for one big shot. We can't box with this kid. We go hire Nacho or Chavez Sr. or somebody like that and teach us how to get on the inside. Work the inside. Jab on the way in there. But some of the bad habits he got, throwing a hook and jumping off his feet, throwing the right hand, jumping off his feet. So, but some of the habits that he had, man, it's gonna take time to break him, and it's gonna take time to show him what he's doing. So if you lunging in like that, Devin Haney might knock his ass out, bro. Because Devin Haney real rangy, at 40, he seem to have a stronger base. He gonna play with T.O. Pause. He gonna play with T.O. And a punch that's probably may stop T.O.'s uppercut. But how does he get past Devin jab? That's what the double, for him is to try to out jab Devin Haney. And if he try to out counter Devin Haney jab, he gonna end up like Regis, because he jump off his feet and he throw wild shit. And Devin a little bit more rangier, than Jermaine Ortiz. So if you falling short versus Ortiz, I mean, it's really a bad matchup, in my opinion. And you wonder why, guys say, I need $20 million to fight him. It's a bad matchup. It's a bad matchup, especially if Devin start putting punches and bunches together like Floyd Sr. taught him. Beat the shit out of Teofimo Lopez. T.O. got to learn how to break a boxer down. He ain't gonna outbox these guys. Don't forget about that. That ain't gonna happen at this point. If these guys choose to come forward and be the aggressor, he can outbox these guys. But in the middle of the ring, he ain't gonna outbox these guys. So when he walking these guys down, he can't look for one or two big shots. That's not how the game is won. Break these guys down. Work your jab. Work a right hand to the body. Work a left hook to the body. Hook off the jab every now and then. Work that jab up and down so they got something to worry about. The jab is to preoccupy them. And once they're preoccupied by the jab, then you put the right hand in there. Once they worried about the right hand, then you drop the left hook in there. And then once you get them, you get them debilitated and they on the ropes, then you start working your magic. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's a mismatch. This is a stylistic mismatch. You've seen Nakatani, you've seen Sandor Martin, you've seen George Camboso, you've seen Jermaine Ortiz. He can't box. And I just let you know a little bit something about Lomachenko as well too. People talk about the shoulder. He has a lack of versatility. He know one way, and that's to come forward. And that's why T.O. was so successful versus him. Had Lomachenko knew how to box on the back foot, he would, he's seen what Nakatani done and all those guys done, but he's an arrogant son of a gun, is what they say. And he gonna do what he do. He's gonna be, he gonna come forward, and his best ability to beat T.O. is to outbox T.O. Make T.O. become the aggressor. You come towards T.O., he can counter, catch, shoot, counter you. He's very comfortable in that way. But if he gotta come get you, cut the ring off and try to, bring you down or box with you middle of the ring, you're more successful. So in a way, man, it's just a bad stylistic matchup with Devin. Ortiz was a bad stylistic matchup. Sandor Martin was a bad matchup. Nakatani was a bad matchup. Guys like Richard Comey, Josh Taylor, those guys are Lomachenko who come to you. So the matchmakers got to know that he needs somebody that's gonna come to him. You know what I'm saying? Don't fight guys that's gonna box, move, utilize the ring. He gonna struggle with those guys. As simple as that. That's why I said he might have more success versus Sabril Matias, because Matias come right at you. He's a sharp counterpuncher. He's a big, sharp counterpuncher. That's a hell of a package to have when you a counterpuncher and you a sharp, accurate, power punching counterpuncher. That's a great attribute to have. You know what I'm saying? But and then you sit here and you look at his attendance. I think his attendance was a little bit over 6,000 in the stadium. That hold around 12, and we don't know what was comped, or I figure a lot of those tickets was comped. A lot of them motherfuckers was empty, and people said, well, it was the NFL awards the same night. Hey, at the end of the day, bro, his last fight, he struggled to sell tickets. When he at the Cosmopolitan in Vegas at one of those fights and all that shit, bro, like his shit. I mean, even when they, the theater room, he was in there when Xander Zayas versus Josh Taylor. They sold that because Xander Zayas in Puerto Rican Day Parade, I believe. He fought Sandor Martin in the big room in Madison Square Garden. Nobody came. Last night, that shit was empty. He not no star. He can do all the circus acts, and he can have all the guys put swords down their throats, pause. That's funny what he said after the fight, but you got a whole dude putting a sword down his throat with him right behind you. You know what I'm saying? You might as well came out just eating a glizzy, you feel me? But don't nobody care for him. I mean, he just, nobody want to watch him. So him making demands for $20 million and making all this money, you're not putting asses in the seats. You know what I'm saying? You ain't selling pay-per-views yet. You ain't putting asses in the seats. You're not as lucrative as you think you are. And that's just the honest truth. If anything, Devin Haney is the one that's selling tickets. Let's keep it real. He just sold out at home. You fight back you can fight in Florida or in New York. You ain't gonna sell no tickets. You ain't gonna sell no tickets. So really on the negotiation side of things, man, it's just like, whatever they gonna have to end up doing to make him a bigger star, I don't know. That's one thing that he got in common with the Black American fighter is that no country is behind him. So hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App $CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.